Anime-inspired teenager gangs that originated in Moscow, plaguing streets of Ukrainian cities. Kyiv says Ukrainian authorities accusing Russia of trying to export an unlikely phenomenon, teenage gangs inspired by a Japanese anime game who are taken to the streets for mass brawls. These gangs have been known as Redan PMC, combining the name of Japanese anime character with the acronym for the private military company, made infamous by the Wagner mercenary group. They appear to have started in Moscow as a vehicle for teenagers to fight organized gangs of football fans. The teenagers organized through Telegram channels and turn up and designated venues as flash mobs. A recent video showed a running battle at a shopping mall in the Russian capital. Russian news agencies also reported a brawl at a subway station in Moscow. In the last week, random gangs have also begun appearing on the streets of several Ukrainian cities, giving more work to an already overstretched police force. Groups of teenagers have gathered in the capital Kyiv, as well as Lviv and Kharkiv. A 16-year-old allegedly ringleader was detained in Dnipro. Redan fans were a very particular modified. The outliner of a spider with the number 4. It is derived from a Japanese anime series called Runter x Runter, in which there is a gangster group called Gens Redan hence Redan. Social media videos and images show the Redan members in Russian also favor black hoodies and checked pants. Russian authorities have acknowledged the emergence of Redan. State news agency RIA Novosti reported that more than 350 people and 319 of them minors had been taken to the police stations in Moscow for being involved in Redan. It quoted a security source as saying gas, cartridges, and knives had been confiscated. The agency also reported that supporters of the Redan subculture had been detained in Kherson, Pentonville, and Novosti. Redan's emergence has even got the Kremlin talking. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Tuesday it was important to stop illegal actions, and of course it is rather than, let's say, a pseudo subculture that goes with a minus sign and which does nothing good for a young. But Ukraine's national police claim the Russians are trying to export Redan's negative influence to Ukrainian teenagers through a disinformation campaign on Telegram channels. The police said Tuesday that they had blocked 18 Telegram channels and groups created to conduct Russian military information campaigns, undermine the domestic situations in Ukraine, and involve minors in illegal activities. They added that about 30 young gatherings took place in different regions of the country over the course of 2 days. Law enforcement officers immediately responded and prevented conflicts among teenagers. In Kharkiv alone, law enforcement officers identified 245 participants in what they called a flash mob launched by the Russian Federation. 216 of them were minors. Volodymyr Tomasko, the city police chief, said the Russian security service, the FSB, had gathered all these people through manipulation and deception, and that should have started a fight so the Russian TV could use it. Gas, canisters, knives, brass chuckles were found in the possession of many participants. On Tuesday, the police cyber unit said it had detained the 16-year-old founder of Redan Telegram channel in the city of Dnipro. In a video recorded and later released by the police, the teenager says, "I am the founder of the group with about 2,500 people. I created to make money from advertisement posts, as the topic of Redan is popular on the social media." He adds that the idea came from Russia intending destabilization. "I ask everyone to stop organizing meetings and looking for Randanist. In the Ukrainian capital, police said the investigators of the subculture that came from Russia were two teenagers, a girl aged 15 who had created a Telegram channel and a 14-year-old boy who had organized a conflict meeting. In an interview posted by police, the girl said that the group was just for hype. I also want to say there is no Redan in Kyiv. Like the teenager in Dnipro, she added that the Redan fad was in straight up Russian propaganda. I ask that you not believe such information and focus on caring about our guys who are now fighting. Virginia Bonden, head of the Juvenile Prevention Department of the National Police, said a total of more than 700 people had been summoned to police stations, most of them minors. Bonden said the force was appealing to parents to show interest in who their children communicate with. It seems likely that now police in both Russia and Ukraine are moving against Randanists. The fad will fade, but its sudden emergency on both sides of the border may speak as much to teenage boredom and the power of social media channels as to any cunning destabilization plan.